Welcome back to Blackjack. I'm Blackjack Gaviani, and this is Death Battle. Bowser versus Eggman. All of y'all were voting Bowser on my poll. I don't know how many characters are going to get involved, but I see it's going to be a lot, and that's going to be pretty darn cool. I've heard good things already. I don't know who wins because thankfully people have been good about marking their spoilers lately, and I don't know who the next battle is because again, thankfully people have been good about marking their spoilers lately. All right, so let us get started. Yeah!
The king of the Koopas and the baddest of badniks. And they're not alone.
Yeah!
Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. The Mushroom King.
All official material related to a character is applied to analysis unless found contradictory to primary source material. This includes English translations, certain alternate media, theatrical releases, and crossovers, e.g. Mario Kun and Smash Bros. Are not applicable. Alright, yeah. Mario Kun is the manga. I think it was released as Mario Mania. I don't... It's something like that.
Kingdom. A peaceful land of kindness, adventure, love. Ah, boring. Move aside, princess. It's time this place got way more awesome. Here comes King Koopa himself, better known as Bowser.
Yeah.
The moment this orphan star child was found by Kamek, it was clear.
Oh, so that's what his story is. Yeah, they mentioned that in the his dead brother. Really? Yeah, I've seen people wonder how old Bowser is, but yeah, he is only about as old as Mario is. Which is really kind of odd. But yeah, it's weird that Kamek just kind of set up this whole royalty. Cake drumsticks. Bloop, bloop, bloop,
Bowser
bloop, bloop, bloop.
wanted a different world, but Princess Peach Toadstool would never allow the evil king's day in the sun. Her light was so bright, Bowser became infatuated with her. So he turned all the toads into bricks and kidnapped her, putting their princess in another castle.
Is that a dorkly animation?
Another, like 40 years of castles, only to be released if she agrees to marry.
Oh yeah, like yesterday was Miyamoto's birthday. It might have been today. I don't know if they were going by Japanese time zones.
Bowser is nothing if not persistent. Look at him! Dude's built like a brick house strapped to a saw trap. That spiked shell takes a lot of punishment. Not even the weight of a castle can scratch it.
Maybe he just sits there and lets it fall.
And the Koopa King doesn't just breathe fire and control lava. He commands nature itself, spitting meteors from outer space.
Fire breath, immense size, inhale, size alteration. Although, isn't a lot of that comic doing that to him? Magic, duplication, environmental evocation, reality warping, shapeshifting, teleportation, time travel, and transmutation. Enhanced forms: Castle Bowser, Dreamy Bowser, Dry Bowser, Fury Bowser, and Meowser. We're using Cat Bowser, okay.
The earth with a snap, inhaling torrents of wind, straight up calling down lightning. What else has he got? Oh, just a little dabbling in dark magic. Hell yeah. Wizard Turtle. The original NES manual even describes him as a sorcerer king. Magic is how he turned the toads into bricks.
Notice their
heart magic.
word bubble was even turned to stone.
Telekinesis, creating perfect clones, reanimating his undead skeleton, and worst of all, ruining every game of Mario Party. Hey, no! I stole those coins fair and square.
I love that Boomstick plays as Wario. Okay, according to Miyamoto, Paper Mario is canon. Mainline games frequently reference it, and vice versa. In these games, Bowser resists time stops, and his Star Rod matches the Star Spirits who created Dream Depot. Okay.
This is the same guy that created multiple flying castles fashioned after his own face.
Yeah, he's definitely got an ego on him. He's talked about having a 4-digit IQ. But
No,
I've seen this moron
he
put
don't.
death traps in his own backyard. A man after my own heart.
Despite his clumsiness, Bowser's charisma and leadership brought many to his side. Not enough to defeat Mario, but his army doesn't make it easy on the Red Plumber.
They're the most wicked band of misfits this side of World 8-4. The Koopa Troop.
An army spanning multiple territories
Awesome.
across the Mushroom World.
I remember when I was like
and beyond.
12, I was obsessed with the Koopa kids.
And the others make up the infantry.
And the
Some
others,
with wings, some in shoes, and some even in race cars. They're the red shirts. First in and first out.
Piranha Plants, bloopers,
Okay. Generals: Bowser Jr., Elite Trio, Kamek, King Bob-omb, King Boo, Kammy Koopa, King Goomba, Koopalings, and Petey Piranha. Troops: Chain Chomp, Charging Shack, Goomba, Hammerbro, Koopa Troopa, Magic Koopa, Piranha Plant, Shy Guy, and Wiggler. I don't know if Wiggler's gonna actually be bringing much to the party, I'm not gonna lie. Airship Fleet: Bob-omb, Broodals, Bullet Bill, Lakitu, and Para units. Aquatic Forces. Well, shouldn't the Koopalings be part of the airship fleet? I don't know. You tend to fight them in airships, right? At least you did in their first game. Undead Horde and literal rocks. Yeah.
Lakitus use their surroundings to get the jump on unsuspecting prey, by land, sea, or sky.
We'd be here forever jotting down the small fries. Booze,
Yeah.
guys, sentient bombs with feet, and more.
It was imperative for Bowser to nurture a unit that covers their own vulnerabilities. For example, Kamek and King Boo both have magic.
Kamek can transform troops into copies of Bowser. King Boo can grant intangibility to others and disable an opponent's powers. Oh, so Kamek is how it explains the perfect clones of him in the first game?
Boo has battlefield control with illusions and destabilizing dimensions, while Kamek focuses on buffing allies, canceling enemy powers, summoning anything he desires.
Or swapping my items to screw up my Mario Party League.
Oh, yeah, he's playing as Toad. Okay.
Speaking of items, most of the minions can use pretty much any power-up Mario can. The Goombas
Nice,
make frequent
nice.
use of Tanuki tails, and Bowser can really get into the cat role play. But as the Koopa Troop grew and grew, it started to feel less like an army and more like a family unit.
Oh, you mean like his kids, the Koopalings?
They're adopted.
What's the difference?
Good point. Bowser took them in and even trained them in dark magic.
No
Nice.
one's as spoiled as his natural Nepo baby, Bowser Jr., captain of the Koopa Troop.
Spoiled is an understatement.
Speaking of Miyamoto, you remember that video where he was asked who Bowser Jr.'s mother was, and he just pointed to himself?
Escapades as Shadow Mario, he terrorized Delfino Plaza with literal
putting that
evil
out there.
paint. That whole debacle was basically his attempt at elementary school art class.
And I bet Bowser still has some on the fridge. But
Yeah.
he's very protective of his kids. If the fam's in trouble, he can will himself to transform into a giant kaiju. All to
Nice.
crush whatever bullies talking smack.
Maybe a little overkill. Just one punch from Giant Bowser launched a castle out of orbit. Taking into account the flight path and the scale of their universe, Bowser's punch must have hit with a force of over 125 trillion tons of teeth.
God. Okay, even without his giant size, Bowser scales to Mario, who can lasso celestial objects, freeze suns with the ice. It's a small sun, it's like the size of a person. And escape a black hole, which requires faster than light speeds. Tell you what, I'm going to pause here, and I'm going to go get my charge cable. It turned out my computer was on all night, so I need to charge up. Be right back. Okay, all right, yes, we're back.
TNT. Considering how Yoshi punted poor Raphael the Raven so hard he exploded into a constellation of stars, this isn't even close to Bowser's full strength.
So don't bully his kid, especially if he falls into some of Bowser Jr.'s set of black paint. That's the
Oh,
very...
Enough
goodness.
to unleash Bowser's Dark Fury, a form whose very steps cause widespread natural disasters.
Nice.
Okay, seriously, how does Mario ever beat this guy? He's like Godzilla, Doctor Strange, and John Cena all in one big turtle.
We're not even to the best part. Bowser's dark magic became so potent he eventually learned how to warp the very fabric of reality.
Awesome.
The king imagines, he makes happen. He turned all of Yoshi's Island into a storybook. And remember those painted worlds in Mario 64? Yeah, he made those. And the staircase that goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. God, does anyone know how to BLJ?
He also stole ultra powerful items like the Wonder Flower.
Okay, Dreamstone, Flying Castles, Galaxy Generator, Koopa Clown Car, Power Stars and Grand Stars, Pure Hearts, Star Rock. He has a Pure Heart, right? And then that's why he's after the others? Because it's something... I don't even know what game that's from. I haven't played all the Mario games. I used to play the early ones a lot. I suck at platformers, I'm just going to tell you right now. Wonder Flower, power-ups... and many. Oh no, he has the double cherry. Oh no. We've already seen how Death Battle interprets the double cherry as basically endless clones. But he could already do that on his own without power-ups.
Reality like Play-Doh, and the Dreamstone, which can be used to wish someone out of existence.
But his most iconic thefts are those big shiny power stars.
Don't judge a book by its cover. Infant power stars, aka Lumas, can become whole galaxies. They also ferried Mario across the universe.
Okay, multiple Mario characters perform similar universe-traversing feats. This is a Millennium Star, Dribble, Spitz, and Prankster comets. I'm sorry, there are Mario characters named Dribble and Spitz. That's troublesome.
Universe in 3 seconds. That's 489 quadrillion times light speed.
Obviously, the Big Daddy Grand Stars are even crazier. Bowser used one to power his space kingdom, but then guess who showed up to ruin everything?
Because he got it.
Him.
And when the Grand Star was freed, it caused a chain reaction that destroyed the entire universe via a massive black hole.
Thanks, Space God, that
Okay, Rosalina survived this cosmic explosion and is played to have witnessed multiple Big Bangs. Bowser has directly battled Rosalina in several games after the events of Super Mario Galaxy, suggesting a comparable level of power. To my knowledge, the black hole here is the literal end of the universe is the only thing that's ever canonically killed Bowser. Like, everything else, he just, like, goes back and regenerates his flesh or whatever.
Rosalina showed up to save the day.
Not that Bowser needed saving. He's been swallowed by another black hole.
It also killed Mario, so, yeah.
Imagine if this crazy OP fire turtle had to fight himself. Oh, wait, he did, and he beat the hell out of him.
With all this power, it's a wonder.
Okay, conquered most of the universe twice, harnessed the power of Grand Stars, flew to the sun and other galaxies, lifted a 61,000-ton castle, battled the extra-dimensional Kulex twice, I might add. Survived being thrown across the planet, helped Mario save the Mushroom Kingdom, defeated Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, Dementio, and Fawful. Yeah.
He still hasn't conquered the Mushroom Kingdom. Perhaps
Yeah.
it's because his visions of grandeur were never really what he sought. Surrounding him is a crew of outcasts and miscreants like him, ride or dies that can't be swayed against him.
Oh, are you saying he's secretly happy because he's got a big monster family now?
Yes, but also when they actually worked together, they legitimately conquered most of the known universe.
And they still couldn't conquer
He's a
the Mushroom
baddie
Kingdom,
through
so...
and through, who will teleport through space and time to show you what's what. Because he's no ordinary Koopa. Make way for the king.
Nice.
This battle is sponsored by
Nope.
PriceBet.
Shut.
Imagine a world of endless.
There you go.
Citizens of
Okay.
Earth, lend me.
All official material related to characters played analysis unless found contradictory to primary source, excludes English translation. Certain alternate media theatrical releases across servers, e.g. Archie Sonic, are not applicable. Okay, we have our exceptions.
Warriors. Imagine a world of endless possibility where people are free as the wind. Isn't it disgusting? Now imagine a better world, one with proper guidance and the technology to bring about global peace.
But wait, only a brilliant mind can make that happen.
Not just any brilliant mind, he's a genius at heart who knows the dangers within. He's Ivo Robotnik.
Dr. Eggman.
As a mad scientist myself, his story is my inspiration, just as Eggman's was his grandfather, Gerald Robotnik, who sought to create world peace through technology. But then his beloved granddaughter, Maria, was killed by the Guardian Unit of Nations, better known as...
Gun. They're frickin' called G-U-N. Anyway, Lil Eggy grew up a lonely narcissist because all his family talked about was Maria this, Maria that.
I never really knew my cousin Maria. Everyone spoke of her like she was very special. All that love for someone who was gone when I was right there. Ah.
Neglect
Golly.
tainted Ivo's goals of following Gerald's footsteps. He distanced himself from his grandfather's legacy instead of
Now, all of this was added in later, right?
To get the attention
'Cause
he deserved.
I know they didn't even plan for Maria in the early games. He was just doing this for shit.
He aimed to establish Eggman.
Okay. Age 50 plus years. Height 6'1". Eggman, Nigga, and Sage are listed as family. I like that. Hobbies: archaeology, history, and woodworking. Interesting. Loves himself, Agent Stone, and his daughter. Hates that hedgehog. Also cold soup. All right. This delicious.
Of science. And this paradise would have worked just fine if not for that blasted Sonic the Hedgehog.
For years, Eggman's plans literally blew up in his face. And he's a very sore loser.
But just like every experiment, the doctor did more testing, seeking better results.
He's created plenty of knick-knacks to terrorize
They just have the
world with
mustache
a laser
tied
gun,
on.
a cloning ray, mind control cannons, a flying armada, typical evil scientist stuff.
Then there's the
Hang on,
Plenty of knick-knacks to terrorize the world with. A laser gun, a cloning ray, mind control cannon.
Okay, cloning ray and mind control. They're just kind of skipping over. Pardon.
A flying armada, typical evil scientist stuff.
Then there's the big ones. He invented a spatial displacement trap, which...
My trap separated you from and your precious Wispin from normal space. You can't touch me. I have the latest, greatest version right here. A trip through one of these should shatter your atoms into oblivion.
While online, scatters a target's atoms across space. Oh, and then there's the metal virus, which transmutes organic tissue into living metal zombies.
Yikes.
It's so deadly, it created a plague that nearly wiped out all life on Earth.
Shame Eggman
Damn.
never made himself immune to it. That's a whoopsie.
And when he's not duping you with decoys, he's riding in style with the Eggmobile. It's lightweight for maneuverability, but tough enough to...
Okay, so they both have decoys. That's going to be interesting. We're going to have some Doctor Doom going into play here.
withstand moon-sized explosions and even the center of a...
The Sonic Encyclopedia confirms the Hyper-Go-On black hole had an event horizon in the wisp energy comprising it manipulated gravity. All right, so it was an actual black hole then.
black hole.
I mean, it's kind of lame looking, but he can plug it into big bad mechs like the Egg Walker or the Death Egg Robot, whose giant laser
He's got a
is
theme going on.
77,000 cubic meters of rock in an instant. That's like having an atomic bomb in your pocket all the time. Oh, okay, maybe this guy's pretty cool.
Eggman built machines for a long list of combat situations.
Yeah.
Some look like knights. Others use extraterrestrial sources like the Wisps. And then there's the orbital bases, like...
Of course there's an orbital base.
Version is like a toy compared to the Death Egg, which can annihilate stars.
Although, didn't the orbital base, isn't that the one that got blown up by Amy's hammer? I'm expecting a similar situation here.
Whoa, a whole constellation gone in one shot.
That's not to say Eggman doesn't enjoy scrapping with blue hedgehogs himself.
Okay, so Bowser scales to someone who can create a constellation. Eggman can destroy a constellation, and I don't know which of those would take, especially since Raphael seemed to just consist of a single star.
The Egg Dragoon.
Hell yeah, the rawest of the...
A big arms, Death Egg. Okay, Egg Dragoon, Egg Emperor, Egg Mobile, modular hovercraft with teleportation. Oh, so they both have teleportation.
battle mix. It's got electric
So does that
drills,
mean it can
it's got
teleport
ice
the
missiles, it's got a
Egg
whole
Walker
lot
when
of
it
bullets.
attaches to
My
Oh, wow. Egg Salamander. Can create spatial rifts, of course, yeah. But does a spatial rift equate to a black hole? Because, you know, from a physics standpoint, those are two different things. Maybe it's the power of the jeweled scepter. What if Bowser got a hold of that scepter? I'm just saying, what if he got a hold of it? Converted into a manageable cyborg by 2 Eggmans. Okay.
I need it. And don't forget, Eggman built all of these things himself. Maybe world domination is in his grasp yet.
One problem. Eggman's a turbo loner. No hobbies, no friends, no wife, no nothing.
Come on, he has friends. I mean, he's a feminist. Oh, okay, maybe not. But what about Infinite?
Well, it's not really maybe not. He believes everyone is equally inferior to him. That's still technically equality. It doesn't matter what your petty differences are. It only matters that you aren't him. That alone is the only thing that makes anyone inferior or superior in his mind, because the only thing that is superior in his mind is his mind.
Sure, they might have joined forces over a mutually sought revenge against Shadow, but it counts. Sort of.
It did say earlier he had hobbies, like woodworking.
Obviously, Eggman has a tough time collaborating with others, so he just built his own army instead. The
Eggman Empire.
The Badniks are mass-produced foot soldiers, buzz bombers, crab meats, caterpillars, egg robos, and don't forget those cute little moto bugs.
Oh,
The Badniks may seem simple,
So they are still powered by little woodland creatures? I saw something being stuffed into the back of the
but they're
bug.
led by an elite, multi-talented unit, the hard-boiled heavies. Really leaning into the egg thing, huh?
The army
You hadn't noticed? Okay. Z-Koi, Infinite, Metal Sonic, Orbot, and Cubot, and Sage. Pawn series. And yet the top of the egg... The pawn series includes Bishop and Knight. Okay.
Troops, even your
Including
classic
Mechasonic,
comedy duo
okay.
with Orbot and Cubot. They're Eggman's assistants,
But that's
and
not the same
immense
as Metal
disappointments.
Sonic, so
Every
that's...
genius has their duds.
But
Hey, at least
Metal
they're not
Sonic is a
scratch
leader.
and grounder. But that's why
Nah.
he's made top-notch bots modeled after the Sonic cast, like everyone's
Yep.
favorite robo-faker, Metal Sonic.
Metal Sonic has the most horsepower in the Eggman Empire. He has the moves and speed.
Okay, in Sonic CD, Sonic dodges light beams from Hotaros, and the Japanese manual states he must reach light speed to use the game's time travel mechanic. Sonic also outpaces light speed Cyan Wisp. Okay.
Speed of Sonic and then some. He's had his rebellious phases, but Eggman's reprogrammed now to better follow his commands. Additionally, when upgraded to his Neo form, Metal Sonic could copy...
And let's be honest, Robo-Enza isn't going to be a factor here because Wily is nowhere to be found. If you've seen Eggman's previous death battle.
Data, including unique powers like Shadow's time stop technique, chaos control.
He could even copy Silver's psychokinesis, and with enough chaos
Of
energy,
course.
he powers up into Super Neo Metal Sonic.
Though everything would change with the appearance of the Phantom Ruby. One of many trump cards at Eggman's disposal.
Alright.
The Phantom Ruby alters reality by...
A weapon that takes control of people's visual and depth perception to feed false information to the brain, creating a new reality for them. Stay calm. What you're seeing isn't real. Huh. How many can it affect at once?
manipulating perception.
Basically, Super
Okay. Oh, the Phantom Ruby can create pocket dimensions such as null space and the egg field. Oh. I shouldn't still be yawning. It's 1:30 p.m. Eggman invented prototype copies of the Ruby, which requires enormous amounts of power to operate. Where is he getting that power from? I'm getting a little sniffly. I think it's my allergies.
OP illusions, but in Infinite's hands, it's a weapon of mass destruction. I don't know how illusions translate to body replicas, changing gravity, or making a fake sun, but go off, King!
And when used
Okay,
on
so it
planet's
does
consciousness, which is a thing, the Ruby granted
affect,
Eggman the
like,
Lightman
everyone.
form. Yep, apparently...
Okay, with a Phantom Ruby prototype and weeks of preparation, Super Eggman could manipulate memories, found on par with Supersonic, and 7 imitations of other monsters and worlds, such as River Chaos and Great Hell. So once he's had those weeks of preparation, is he just good to go? Like, he puts some time and effort into studying it, and then he just can do it from then on, or he has to have weeks of preparation each time?
Super Eggman is canon, though it is pretty complicated to manifest.
But the Phantom Ruby isn't the only souped-up gem Eggman has. He's used the Jeweled Scepter to make the world-shattering Egg Wizard. Then, on more than one occasion, he's effortlessly gathered the super rare, super powerful Chaos Emeralds. You know, the things that power Super Saiyan Hedgehog.
Eggman built and built and built, and eventually, he built something that started to build on him. Sage was originally designed as a mere assistant, but through an alien encounter, she was granted actual sentience.
Sage is already super powerful, but now she's also super smart. She thought up millions of
If only
battle
you two
plans
can
all
work
at
together.
once to defeat the massive titans.
And you can barely remember where you put your dune bug.
I know exactly where it is. It's at the police impound. Thank you very much.
Sage was Eggman's saving grace. He had
That
previously-
sounds honestly like one of the improv lines. Okay. I take the time to program lifelike personalities into some minions, and all it does is frustrate me. Once, just once, I'd like one of my creations to fill me with pride instead of regret. The relics hidden on the Starfall Islands are staggeringly advanced. Maybe once I take them for my own, I can finally craft the ultimate
found
creation.
machines with personality lacking. But Sage's great adequacy in serving her function provided Eggman with something that, for the first time, he'd hate
Aw.
to lose. In essence, a sort of daughter.
So, like any good daddy, gave her the keys to his car, his spaceship, and his orbital death ray. Hell, now she controls the entire army.
And this frankly
Oh,
vote
wow.
of trust from Eggman became crucial in defeating the End, a primordial entity so mighty even Supersonic struggled against it.
Their
Wow.
battle can only be described as peak fiction. Discharged by 7 Chaos Emeralds. Supersonic's no joke.
The power of one emerald can
Okay, conquered most of the planet once. Okay, so, Bowser has conquered considerably more and more often, although he can't seem to capture the Mushroom Kingdom. Harnessed the power of the Chaos Emeralds, broke the moon with the Eclipse Cannon. Okay, so they both have moon-busting powers. I'm gonna adjust that for a second. Eggmobile flew to the moon in seconds, so they have comparable speed. Destroyed the Guardian Unit of Nations, led some beloved villains and Zavok. Has helped Sonic the Hedgehog save the world because he can't conquer it if it's destroyed. Yeah. Ah, God. Defeated Sonic, Tails, Starline, and Gemerald.
shift continents. All 7 together can shift the universe.
And kill some pretty terrifying bosses, like Eggman's Time Eater, which ripped apart space-time like tissue paper.
In short, Chaos Emeralds give thoughts power. With them, Eggman's best machines can run
They both have that
indefinitely while
ability.
matching the greatest powers ever seen, like when 3 supers battled Solaris.
Okay. In Sonic Rush, the Chaos Emeralds could have destroyed the universe when reacting to the Soul Emeralds. Also, super forms utilizing Chaos, scale above the speed of the Paradox Prism, and Time Eater, destroying the universe in less than 10 seconds. I see.
Who tried to destroy time itself. Solaris extended its
How?
chaos across multiple timelines in about 20 seconds, or 73 quadrillion times light speed.
It's funny, though. While Eggman's smarts have sort of defeated Sonic here and there, he's pretty effective when he teams up with the Blue Blur to save the world.
Well, recall how Professor Gerald was a good person before losing the granddaughter he loved. In Eggman's case, now that he has Sage, perhaps a similar story is playing out in reverse.
So, could be.
Eggy will always have a harebrained scheme behind his cufflinks.
So watch out,
Alternately,
critters and plebeians of the world,
he could just
he's
corrupt
Eggman,
her.
And he's got the master plan.
Whiz, you gotta answer the
Bop,
Raji
bop,
Snabu
bop,
coming
bop,
out
bop,
On
bop,
Tap
bop.
app, now available on the App Store, Google Play.
button.
Yep.
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
Oh, God.
Time for a death battle!
Oh, God. I was wondering if they were, because they said that the theatrical releases weren't gonna apply, but they were using all the footage from the animated Mario movie. So that live action, and I gotta say, I saw that movie in theaters. It was the day after my 13th birthday. Me and my best friend were the only people in the theater. And so we got to be as loud and make as many comments as we wanted. It was great. It was fantastic. It was one of the best movie-going experiences I have ever had. Oh, gosh. Well, it seems like overall, Eggman's forces are faster. But that's primarily due to, who was that last one they were talking about? Solaris? Stupid bugs. There's like one tiny little gnat that's getting around here. Oh, golly. People are saying that this battle is really amazing. I saw that Josh Scorcher had posted his reaction, and it was like, this is awesome. Oh gosh, okay. They both have the power to turn imagination into reality. It seems like Bowser can just do it a lot easier, and Eggman has to use a device to do it. Well, then again, devices are basically what he hinges everything on. But they didn't bring up that he can actually outrun Sonic in short bursts. Yeah, they didn't bring that up. I wonder if Athena's getting confused hearing me talk about Sonic, because my beloved little budgie Sonic died last week. It was, you probably saw in the community tabs. I don't know if anyone here only comes here for Death Battle, but yeah. She's a sweet little bird. Anyway, I don't want to bring the whole mood down. Okay. Stupid bugs. If you see me swatting, it's because the bug is like right in front of the screen. Gosh. I guess the question is whose reality warping powers and whose illusionary powers are going to manipulate the other one, and can Bowser get a hold of that rod? Alright. Also, are Sage and Bowser Jr. gonna die? Because that's going to bring out the fatherly rage. Operation Catfish was successful.
Come to make an announcement. This territory is now the base for my upcoming Eggman Land 2. What a joke. I am Dr. Eggman, your genius overlord. Get a load of this.
There we go. Also, I like when they did the preview for this. They started off with the null background that the original preview had because it was a preliminary animation, and then went into this. Oh, damn!
You call these toys an invasion force? That seems so stupid.
Oh.
A decoy, idiot. His power.
Oh, he's calling out Infinite already.
It is the ultimate strength.
Oh, there we go. That's enough to take down Infinite? At least enough to separate the gem. Oh boy. So does Infinite like regenerate from that, or is the gem all they really need? I don't know who decided that chain chomps needed to bark, but I love them for it. Oh!
All according to plan.
You've lost the battle before it has begun.
Excellent work as always, Beto. Ready to wrap this up, Sage?
As you planned.
You know what they say, the more the merrier.
Oh, he jumped in there too. Oh boy. That is some really cool animation, especially since we've only ever seen it in CG. That barrier's gonna do something to him. You're getting some Scream Core. Nice. Ah, but how far did he go? Oh, man. Ooh. Oh, and she's got all the gems, all the emeralds.
The Death Egg, max power.
Oh, man. We also don't know if Junior's dead or just unconscious. Oh, he's going to... See, I don't know if this is the end because we know he could fight like that. Yeah, there we go. Oh, there. Oh, he's still there.
Sage, fire if it didn't.
Oh, no! Prize box! But... Again, how are the illusions going to play into this? Is Bowser only imagining this? Oh!
This war was not an easy one to win, which might seem surprising given how the Sonic
Hold on.
series is not
What did that say right there? Currently plotting, currently deserting.
surprising given how the Sonic series is not afraid to show how tough its cast is, while Mario's comes across as more cartoony. But as
Yeah.
it turns out, Bowser had everything he needed.
So it's cartoon physics.
Strap in, this one's a lot, so we'll break it down into 5 categories. First up is physical stats. Bowser pretty handedly outmatched any of Eggman's usual
Bowser spacefaring vehicles, space traversing vehicles, pardon, match the speed of Eggman's vehicle. Both had arguments for incalculable speeds given equal levity. Both potentially scale above dimension manipulation feats from Antasma, Kulex, Eraserjin, and Void. Does Kulex actually manipulate dimensions, though? He just kind of shows up and then does his thing, and then is like, "Yeah, I can't actually survive here for long, so I'm gonna go."
mechs like the Egg Dragoon or the Death Egg Robot.
But then I haven't
Death Egg
played his
Robot could
3D
level
match yet.
cities. Bowser could punch a castle out of orbit. The Death Egg could destroy stars, but Yoshi could match that level of power. And Bowser's strength is certainly above the green dinosaurs. Plus, while both Bowser and Eggman's tech survived black holes, Bowser's was much larger. So, he may win stats, but this could change with their powers. With so many items and minions, that could make all that a moot point. Aside from power-up items, both could manipulate mind.
Bowser's army resisted Fawful's mind control spray and thus could resist Eggman's similar tech. I
duplicates in ultra
see.
space-time. However, Bowser had a significant edge in having access to the majority of his abilities at all times.
Ah.
Do some crazy stuff, but only across different mechs, fortresses, or space bases. Bowser's all natural. He's got all his best powers built in, and he ain't even a robot. Meaning he wins the war of
All this power looks too.
battle enders like the metal virus and spatial displacement displacement trap. Context matters for those weapons, and both backfired in the past. But more importantly, Bowser could simply reverse the effects with his transmutation magic. Conversely, most of Eggman's robots could get turned into, say, a frog or a block with no reliable way back.
Awesome.
Bowser takes the edge in powers.
But definitely not for intelligence.
Yeah,
Come
nah.
on. You have a 4-digit IQ, Bowser? Really? That's cute. I mean, don't get me wrong. Bowser's not an idiot. Usually. Just really, really clumsy. Poor fella.
Meanwhile, Eggman's an engineering genius who rarely ever gets bested by brains.
Easy dub. Now, let's talk trump cards.
As in, items so powerful they could decide the entire outcome on their own.
The Phantom Ruby was...
Okay. Achieving Super Eggman and the Egg Field required weeks of energy gathering and a modified Phantom Ruby prototype. Okay, so that's what I was wondering earlier, that if once he had prepared, was he always prepared, or did he have to prepare every single time? Bowser using the Wonder Flower could warp reality at a universal range in a shorter time. Bowser can also warp stars without power-ups. Also, come on, stupid bug. Also, Super Eggman was countered by positive chaos energy, which shares similarities with the Pure Heart.
Super dangerous, but specifically targets perceptions. Unlike Bowser's Wonder Flower, which mucks up reality for real. The Ruby affected a whole planet, but the Wonder Flower...
What is
has
with the
power to
calendar
alter the
there?
Universe. Also, the Dreamstone's ability to wish anything out of existence would have no problem cleaning up Super Neo Metal Sonic or Time Eater.
Their most prized possessions was a tougher call. Together, the Chaos Emeralds can break the universe, but so can the Grand Stars. Arguably not as much given the Emerald scaling to Solaris, though Power Stars and Grand Stars are far more plentiful. Clearly, this is getting fairly abstract, and both had multiple options that could win the day instantly. So the safest bet is to call this...
The Pure Hearts counter the Time Eater and Paradox Prism, as they can restore space/time and nullify destructive forces like the Chaos Heart. These could scale to their multiverses, which are theoretically infinite in scope, sharing similar cosmological interpretations based on statements from both series.
Category a tie.
Which means it's finally time to compare their armies. Eggman seems deadlier at first glance. I mean, look at all those buzzsaws and rockets. Metal Sonic's speed and power alone could solo most of the Koopa Troop. But the Eggman Empire lacked something Bowser had in spades. Teamwork and loyalty.
Eggman is a notoriously terrible
we
team
call
player. His
it
alliances are practically guaranteed to fall
loyalty.
apart.
Hell, in Sonic Generations, he could barely manage working with himself.
Eggman's army is designed to be controlled by just him. To Eggman, it's harder to
Okay. Eggman has been betrayed. Oh my god. The whole paragraph is just everyone he's been betrayed by.
command those with free will. Hence his rivalry with the free-natured Sonic.
Meanwhile, the Koopa Troop follows Bowser because they actually like him. They
Aww.
try really hard to cover each other's weak points.
Giving them plenty of advantages as this war progressed, like battlefield control through King Boo's magic and Bowser Jr.'s paint. And since the Koopa Troop doesn't rely
That's okay. Bowser Jr., Kamek, and King Boo could cross between dimensions, countering Sage and Infinite, banishing them to cyberspace or null space. King Boo possessed EGAD's technology for a paranormal invasion Sage has never encountered. Okay. Invaded by the Koopa, a tribe famous for their black magic. Has anyone else, just Bowser and Kamek, have used such
much on
things?
technology, Sage's hacking potential had little use.
Also, secret weapon? Kamek is kinda busted, canceling Metal Sonic's power copying.
Unlike Eggman's finite and randomizing force duels, Kamek's magic has few limits and uses and affects multiple targets at once. Kamek can also disable an opponent's ability to use any items. Oh god, that's like all of Eggman's arsenal. Or transmute entire arsenals. All magic Koopas can cast debuffing and status-affecting magics.
Stealing the Phantom Ruby and potentially swapping the Chaos Emeralds were huge game changers.
Add on that Bowser and his
Oh my god, okay, Sage's knowledge of the Titans relied on her data augmented by the Ancients. As of Mario and Luigi Brothership, Bowser's army numbers well over 98 million? And he still can't conquer the Mushroom Kingdom, huh? That data on the Koopa Troop, it's unlikely Sage could compute a surefire strategy against such an innumerable amount of power-up permutations.
army can use any Mario Mario power-up item, and they had millions, no, billions of combinations that the Eggman Empire just could not actively plan against.
Fun.
Even with Sage's millions of plans to take down the Titans,
Far more
she thought them to be
intelligent.
unbeatable, which Sonic proved was incorrect.
Just comparing their conquests makes it clear. The Eggman Empire took over the whole planet, but Bowser's troop conquered most of the universe.
Yeah,
Eggman
yeah.
was no pushover. His wit, power output, and ridiculous machines gave Bowser the biggest fight of his life. But the Koopa King's ludicrous strength, abilities, and united forces ultimately prevailed.
Awesome.
Eggman tried to poach the king, and now he's cracked and scrambled.
The winner is Bowser.
Next time on
Okay.
Death Battle.
Oh, okay. I know they were threatening to do this at one point.
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
They didn't give us, hang on.
Subscribe and join Bowser.
Oh, he's
Ultimate
Yeah,
Spider-Man was
they
no
did this
pushover. His
special
ludicrous
thanks,
strength, abilities, and
which is quite long because there are a lot of people that
is Bowser.
assisted.
Next time on Death Battle.
But they didn't do the voice actors. Yeah.
Subscribe and join as a member to see more
Hey.
Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
Okay. Hi. That the next time is extremely unexpected. I really don't know much about either series. I watched my friend Netbug play Fall Guys. Gosh. Basically the guys are sort of indestructible and the crewmen are not. I honestly don't know how they're gonna do next time because I don't know about anything about calculable feats. Excuse me. Well, I like this battle. It'd probably be better if I actually understood what was going on. Considering, I don't know. It just seems a lot of the stuff doesn't, I don't know. What am I saying? Like, really... The top comment is, if you look closely at the fight, you can see the Metal Sonic actually doesn't die from Bowser's attack. Instead, he died from his back giving out, carrying the whole, this whole team the whole fight. I could see why this animation required 2 sponsorships. Bowser jumping in front of his army and taking the Death Egg Blast to save them might be the best moment on the show, period. The biggest surprise of this fight is that both of their kids survived it. I thought for sure one of them would die. It has 76 replies. Something I didn't notice until the third rewatch, when the Death Egg charges up and some of the troops flee, it's exclusively Eggman's troops, partially to avoid it, but also because they know that Eggman would 100% sacrifice them to get that win. Bowser's troops all remain a little in shock, but also because they know that Bowser will try to shield them from it. So when the fire sweeps the battlefield, it's 100% Bowser's army. Yeah, loyalty is a very powerful weapon. That's... If you regularly screw people over, although unfortunately real life events have shown that people who are screwed over will still go for the person who continues to screw them over and has publicly stated they're going to continue to screw them over. People are stupid. People are rock fucking stupid, and at least in fiction it has to make sense. Reality doesn't have that kind of power to it. Reality doesn't have any such requirements. Anyway. I like the battle. There's a lot of stuff that I didn't have experience with, which is what I was trying to say earlier. I just kind of had scrambled brains for a second. I could make a scrambled egg comment, but it would be, not prescient. I don't know, because it's, I don't know. No, not ironic. Anyway, I am tired of sniffling on camera, and I'm sure that all of you are too. Basically, it was really, really cool, and I enjoyed it, but it's kind of strange that the credits didn't have the voice actors or the animators in it. Unless they were there, in which case, please let me know. Until next time, I am Blackjack Gabbiani, and I am looking around for this little fly that's driving me nuts.